evening, everyone. Today I'm going to give you the solution, explanation of the solution of questions on RMS and resonance, the first part. I hope every one of you have that question sheets available with you. So the first question says that the peak value of an alternating current is 5 ampere and its frequency is 60 hertz. Find its RMS value and how long it will take. How long will the current take to reach the peak value starting from 0? So if you remember what we solved in the notes, that the RMS current is IRMS is equals to, so let me bring the pointer first. So the RMS current is equals to peak value of the current divided by root 2. So what is the value of peak current here? The peak value is given as 5 ampere. So it will be 5 ampere divided by root 2. The answer is 3.5 ampere. You can use your calculator to find the values here. Now, the another thing which is given to you is the frequency. So as all of you know, the time period is equals to 1 divided by f, or you can say time and frequency are inversely proportional to each other. So what is the value of frequency here? 60 hertz in this question. So time period will be equals to 1 divided by 60. So you can find the value in decimals. Then the question says how long will the current take to reach the peak value starting from 0? Now if you see, the current takes 1/4 of the time period to reach the peak value. So here I need to just bring the maybe pen, if I can write something. If you remember that we have a sine wave like this, let's say. So this is my one peak and this is my another peak. So how much time, this is my complete time period from here, let's say 0, and I'm saying this is as t. So the total time period is t, and if you see, these are equally distributed, means you have a value increasing from 0 to a maximum peak value, and then it decreases up to 0, and then it goes to the negative side. So this one is my peak value. Okay, so the total time period is equals to 1 divided by 60. So what will be the time required by the wave or the alternating current to reach the maximum value will be t divided by 4. So you can say it will be 1/4 into 60, or you can say 1 divided by 240 seconds. So you need to find the value here. Then let me bring the another pointer, the laser pointer. So now the second question. What is the second question? Find the reactance of a capacitor, the capacitance of which is given equals to 200 microfarads when it's connected to a 10 hertz AC source and a 50 hertz AC source. So what is reactance? Reactance is XC. XC is equals to 1 divided by omega C. What is omega? Omega is equals to 2 pi f. F is your frequency. So in the first case, my frequency is equals to 10 hertz. So it will be 2 pi into 10 into 200 into 10 is to the power minus 6. Why this minus 6 is coming here? Because capacitance is given in microfarad. So micro is 10 raised to the power minus 6. So when you will do all this, then the answer will be your 80 ohms. In the second form, in the second question, if you see, my frequency increased from 10 to 50. So you can say here the value increased to 50, or you can say the whole value will be divided by 5, or we can say that answer will be equals to 16 ohm. Third question. An inductor L equals to 200 millihenry is connected to an AC source of a peak value equals to 210 volts and frequency equals to 50 hertz. Calculate the peak current. So as we know that reactance of the inductor is XL equals to omega L, So it is equals to 2 pi into 50 into 200 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. Why 10 raised to the minus 3? Because the unit of inductance is Henry, and it is saying, the question is telling you that it is millihenry. So milli means 10 raised to the power minus 3. So the answer here will be equals to, when you multiply everything, you will put the value of pi here. You can use 22 divided by 7, or you can use the value equals to 3.14. It depends upon you. So the answer of your reactance of the inductor will be 62.8 ohm, and we need to find the peak current here. So the peak current will be equals to I naught will be equals to V naught divided by XL. And what question is to us? In RLC series circuit, peak voltage L is given equals to 100 millihenry, 110. So my answer will be equals to microfarad, and R equals to 120 ohm is connected to an AC source of voltage V equals to 30 sine 100 t volts. Find the impedance, the peak current, and the resonant frequency of the circuit. So what we have to find here is impedance means Z, the peak current means I naught, and the resonant frequency F naught we have to find out. Or you can say the resonant frequency is denoted like I denoted here F. So you can denote it by F naught also. So we have to find these values. Now if you see, the voltage is given to us equals to 30 sine 100 t. So it is a sinusoidal wave. If you will find here omega, how to find out the omega is, let me bring the pen again. So if you write it as sine omega t and you compare it with it, so it's basically a sine omega t. So a is your amplitude, which is equals to 30, and omega will be equals to 100. It coming from here. So we have to find the reactance of the circuit. Now if you remember, reactance will be due to only the complex components. So complex components we have are inductance and capacitance. So this is your 1 upon J. So we are not finding the amplitude here, we are finding the exact value. So it will be J into 100 means omega into C, and this will be omega into L. So in this way you can find out the value of X. And what is resistance of the circuit? It is equals to 120 ohm. Now if you need to find the impedance of the circuit, the impedance, or you can say the magnitude of impedance, will be equals to under root of real part square plus your complex part square. Okay, let me bring the pointer again. So we have R plus J XL plus 1 upon J XC, or we can say R plus J common. I multiplied here with another J, and I have taken J common outside. So J square is minus 1. So we can say J outside XL minus 1 upon XC. It's better to write it a different way. We can say just write XC here. I think there is an error in writing of this. So I'm not saying that it is like this. This is XC here. It is XC. This one means it's not there. And my XC is equals to 1 upon omega, omega C. So XC is equals to omega C, and here we don't have anything in denominator, it is XL minus XC here, and XC is equals to 1 upon omega C. So when you will find the value of 1 upon omega C from here and omega L from here, omega L is equals to 10 and omega C will be equals to your 100. So it will be 120 minus J 90. So if you need to find out the value of the amplitude or the impedance, then it will be under root of real part square plus complex part square. Negative sign has no significance here when we are finding the amplitude only, or you can say the modulus. So it will be 120 square plus 90 square. I just did it like this, but you can use calculator, that I have taken 100 common from here, and it is 12 square plus 9 square, which is 225, and you can say 10 square or 15 square. So the answer is 150 ohm. Now if you need to find the peak current is equals to V naught, means peak voltage 30 divided by peak impedance. So it will be 150 ohm. So answer is 1 divided by 5, or you can say
The fifth question.
ampere. Resonant
Fifth
frequency
question is
one
a
upon
resistance
2
of
pi
20 ohm
root 1 upon
is
1
connected to
divided by
a
L
source
C.
of
So you can say, when you will put
AC
all the
rated
values here, the answer will
110
be 1
volts,
sorry
50
hertz.
hertz. Find IRMS. B. Maximum instantaneous current in the resistor. The time taken by the current to change from maximum value to the
RMS value. Now here, rated means, always remember, in the question the RMS value is given to you. So VRMS is equals to 110 volts. So if you need to find IRMS, it will be equals to VRMS divided by the resistance of the circuit, which is equals to 20. So the answer of IRMS is 5.5 ampere.
B part. Maximum instantaneous current
In the resistor. So the maximum instantaneous current means you have to find the value of I naught. So as we know that IRMS is equals to I'm just denoting it by IRMS is equals to I naught divided by root 2. In this question IRMS is given, we already find out it here. So I naught will be equals to IRMS into root 2. So this is this, and then you just have to multiply it here.
The C part. The time taken by the current to change from
Maximum value to the RMS value. Now if we assume that, let the current be I equals to I naught sine omega t, and we consider two times, when t1 time instant of maximum current, t2 RMS value of the current, when my current changes to RMS value. So the first instant means a particular time instant when my current is equals to maximum current, and the second t2 when my current is equals to RMS value. Then we can say I equals to I naught sine omega t1 and I naught divided by 2. We can just put it in this equation, equals to I naught sine omega t2. So when we will use trigonometry to find the value here, so omega t1 will be equals to I naught will cancel with I naught. So what is left here then? I'll just bring the pen again. So this will cancel, so you can say it's 1 here, 1 here. So sine omega t 1 equals to 1 means omega t1 is equals to pi by 2. Here when you will cancel this with this, it will be 1 divided by root 2, so you can say omega t2 equals to pi by 4. So if you subtract these two, so what you will get, omega t2 minus t1. So omega, we can bring this side, we can say pi by 2 minus pi by 4. Put the value of omega here and calculate the time taken by the circuit to change from the maximum value to the RMS value. So in this way you have to solve the